Good day, everybody. I hope that you're well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 3 to 5 English lesson on usage errors. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username, we're doing grade 3 to 5. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to our chapter of usage errors. Usage errors. All right. So chapter is usage errors. Our subject is English language arts. We're doing grade 3 to 5. And the lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of usage errors. It is to correct the errors with signs. We're going to correct the errors with signs. Yes, usage errors is correct. So usage errors is our chapter, and the lessons that we are focusing on is to correct the errors with signs. Why is what like this? All right, so now we're going on to usage errors, and we're going to basically find out what usage errors are and also how we can correct usage errors. All right, so usage errors, right? There are different errors that people make or that one makes when writing, right? It is basically mistakes that are, of course, when it comes to writing, then all of us make mistakes, right? The way we use our wording, the type of sentences that we use. Remember, we also have a thing called multiple meaning words where we have words with different meanings, right? Sometimes the words may look the same. It's like using, for example, it's and it's like that. You see, with an apostrophe and without the apostrophe. These two words are different, right? How it's being used is different. If we want to show almost like, you are directly, like a possessively saying something, then we use the word it's. If you want to say it is, and then we use this word with the apostrophe. You see, so it is a different. So sometimes they are, when it comes to usage errors, it is basically a language or a word that is being used, right? It's used wrongly within a sentence. And like we say, mistakes are natural. Everyone make mistakes. I make mistakes. I sometimes use the wrong word within a sentence. I sometimes write incorrectly. So mistakes are natural. And with mistakes being natural, it basically just shows that learning takes place. If you are able to correct your mistakes, it means that learning takes place. Yes, well done. So if we use the word it's with the apostrophe, it is basically a contraction for it is, right? But remember, when it comes to the mistakes that you make, you need to basically see it as a learning curve. And if there's a mistake that I made, go and consult the dictionary, consult the thesaurus, and basically you can either correct it yourself or ask somebody else to check something for you before writing it. So within this lesson today, we are going to look at different signs with incorrect wording, right? It's incorrect wording. It is mistakes that was made. And of course, usually if the mistakes are made, then people are not aware that the mistakes was made. But you, who's on the other hand, right, you see that mistake. And if we look at types of errors, right? Yeah, we have different types of errors. Remember, for most of us, I'm not sure about you, but like for even myself, English specifically is not my first language, right? So, which means that the way I speak is, it sounds like I'm very good in English, but English is actually not my first language, which means that we are going to have slip ups. We are going to make mistakes, right? Especially if English is not your native language, especially if English is not your first language, then you are bound to make mistakes. And if we look at an example of an error, right, it says, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I mean anything. And if you look at that sentence, I didn't do nothing. Can we do nothing? Nothing. We cannot do nothing. Nothing is nothing. So we can maybe say, I didn't do anything. I didn't do that. Right? But we don't say, I didn't do nothing. And usually, I didn't do nothing is it's a word that is commonly used or phrase that is commonly used. Most people say, I didn't do nothing. Nothing is nothing. But you can say, I didn't do anything. I didn't do that. I didn't do this. Right? So when you make mistakes, honest mistakes, you need to understand why the mistake was made. Is it because maybe you don't know the difference between it's and it's? Is it maybe because you don't know how to properly use the phrase, I didn't do nothing, I didn't do anything, right? One needs to know why the mistake was made, honestly, right? So now we're going to aplusstudents.ca and we are going to look at different signs with usage errors and we are going to try and correct that errors, right? So let us go to aplusstudents.ca and we are going to correct the errors with signs. So we're going to look at different signs with errors. Remember when you go to the shop or you walk, you drive past the stop street, or you look at different signs, either on the wall, on billboards, right? We are going to look at all of those signs and we are going to correct it. So we are going to correct one error. It says they need your help, rescue, and pet today. If you look at that sign, what do you think is the mistake that we need to correct within that sentence? They need your help, rescue, and pet today. So if we look at that sign, right? Rescue, they need your help, rescue, and pet today. Yes, well done. And if we were to select our, if we were to correct an error, right, then yes, we're going to look at the word and. Remember, we need to say, for example, if we say N, right, then we use N in front of a vowel sound, right? So we use N in front of a vowel sound. And if we look at, if we say N pit, then it means that we're supposed to use a pit. So well done. So if we were to correct that sign, we would say, oopsie, they need your help, rescue, then we say rescue a bit today. So well done. A is the correct word to be used, not an. We don't say an bit, we say an apple. We say an orange, an umbrella, but we say a bit because bit, it starts with the letter P, which is a consonant sound. Yes, well done. P is a consonant, which means that we use the word a instead of an. So well done. All right, there we have our answer. Rescue and pick today. Yeah, we supposed to use a instead of an. Well done. Sorry, we ran out of menus. Sorry, we ran out of menus. We need to select the one error within that sign. Sorry, we ran out of menus. So look at the sign. We need to correct one error. It says, sorry, we ran out of menus. What is the word that we are going to correct within that sign? Sorry, we ran out of menus. All right, so if we were to identify or correct menus, how are we going to write menus? How are we going to write menus? It says, sorry, we ran out of. How are we going to write the word menus? Menus. All right. And if we were to select our word that with an error, right? Then menus, we identify that menus is the error. And yes, is it P? Menus is MNU for menu. Right? Menus. So menus, it's basically plural for menu. Like when you go to a restaurant and they give you a little board or something with the different that the menus on, right? It's a list of the dishes that they are selling at that restaurant. So now I'm choosing from the menu. So well done. Menu is MENU. And if we want to, and if we say menus, which is plural for menu, and then we just add an S, we don't add an E, right? So menus plural is MENUS and not MENUES. All right, so menus, yeah, we had changed it now to menus without the E. So well done. All right, yet says found, found a orange cat. Call 555 530 9. Found a orange cat. What is our error within that sentence? So found a orange cat. We need to select our we need to select the error within that within that sign. The error. Yes, orange starts with a vowel sound. So what does that mean? What is the word that we need to correct? So what word do we have to correct? Not found. Not the phone number. If we were to select the error, then yes, A is the error, right? A is the error. Because remember, A we use in front of a word that starts with a consonant sound. What is the word between A and or the that we must use in front of a vowel sound, which is A, E, I, O, U? Is it A, N, or the? One of these words is our correct word. So A, N, or the. Which one is correct? And if we were to select our correct answer, then yes, we will say found. We'll say found an orange cat. An orange cat. Remember, we say an is a word that comes in front of a word that starts with a vowel sound. A, E, I, O, or U. So we say an orange, right? So N is correct. We're going to look at another sign, right, before we go on to our test, just for us to familiarize ourselves before we go to our test. We need to correct one error. It says, bring your whole family Maria's fine Italian food. Bring your whole family, we need to identify our error within that sentence. Bring your whole family. Maria's fine Italian food. Yes, and if we correct our one error, then we're going to look at the word whole. It says bring your whole family Maria's fine Italian food. If we were to select the correct answer, right, then whole is the word. Hole. This word hole, HOLE, is a hole in the ground. That is what what hole means. HOLE. It's like a hole in the ground. That is what it means, or a hole in the wall. But this word whole, WHOLE, that means bring everybody, the whole family. Right? Yes, so well done. HOLE is a hole in the ground, a hole in the wall, a hole in the roof, right? But this one whole is everybody. So well done. Let's correct one error. It says this store doesn't sell penguins. Please stop asking. This store doesn't sell penguins. Please stop asking. We need to correct that one error. This store doesn't sell penguins. Please stop asking. Yes, so if we choose the correct word, the error, then doesn't is the error. Doesn't, right, is, if we were to break up that word, then it is does and not. And well done. If we were to write that word correctly, then we would say it is doesn't. First put the N, apostrophe, and a T. Doesn't. It's like saying does not, doesn't, and then we put an apostrophe in the place of the O. So well done. Doesn't is correct. All right, let's look at the now one and then we're going to our test. It says, our new fans will blow you away. Our new fans will blow you away. What is the error within that sentence or in that sign? The error. Yes, so if we choose the era, then it's new. It says our new fans will blow you away. So, new, if we look at this word new is the past tense of know. It's like, I know what you're talking about. In the past, I knew what you were talking about. That is the word new. But if we were to look at this, the correct word, then we say new. If something is not old, then it is new. So well done. New is correct. Well done. All right, so now we're going to our test where we are going to correct errors with signs. We are going to correct errors with signs. It says you need to correct one error. Need a tennis coach? Send me an message to get started. Send me an message to get started. What is our error? Is it a or an? That word, should it be a or an? Should it stay like that, an, or should we change to a? No problem. So, send me a and message to get started. What is our answer? The correct error. Is it a or an? And if we were to select the correct answer, the correct error, then yes, we will say it is a message, right? Not an message. So a message, not an message. So well done. They need your help. Rescue and pet today. We need to correct that error. Our correct error, should it be rescue a pet today or rescue and pet today? Which one is correct? All right, and if we were to select our correct option, right, then we should actually say rescue a pet, not rescue an pet. So well done, A is correct. It says correct the one error found a orange cat. Found a orange cat. Call 555 5309. What is the correct answer? Is it A or is it N? A or N? All right, and we were to choose the correct answer. To correct that error, we would say an orange cat. We don't say a orange cat because a we use in front of a word that starts with a consonant sound, whereas an we use in front of a word with a vowel sound. So well done. N is correct. We need to correct one error. It says dirty aprons go in the basket. We need to correct our error. Is it aprons is our correct word or option two aprons? Option one or option two? Which one is the correct word to use? Aprons. So option one or option two, the correct word that we need to use. Aprons. All right. And if we choose our correct option, right? Then yes, the first one is correct. Not a prawns, because if we were to take that S away, it would be a prawn. But aprons, it's like saying aprons with the S. So APRON, not the E. So well done. Option one is correct. Well done. The next one says we need to correct the one error within the sign. It says, please don't sit in these rows. Please don't sit in these rows. We need to rows or pews, it's like going to the stadium or going to a concert and they're telling you where you need to sit. Do we say rows like that or do we is it option one or it stays option two? Which one is correct? Please don't sit in these rows. We need to choose the correct option. Rows. And if we were to select the correct option, right, for rose, this word that we see over here, which is ROSE, that word is a rose, like a beautiful rose, a flower that I give you. But if we're talking about seating, right, and then we are talking about rose, which is ROWS. So well done. Option one, rose, is correct. We need to correct one error. It says no entry. Road closed for repairs. Road closed for repairs. We need to correct the one error. Is it first one, road, or option two, road? Which one is the correct word to use? All right, then if we choose the correct option, we will say road, which is the first one because this word road, which is RODE, it is the past tense of ride. I ride a bicycle, and the past tense, I rode a bicycle, which is RODE. But if you're talking about a road being closed, and then we use option one, which is a road where cars, buses, bicycles, where we need to drive on or ride on. So well done. Let's do the last one. You need to correct the one error. It says packages haven't arrived. Please check back at 3. Packages haven't arrived. Please check back at 3. We need to correct that error. Is it option 1, haven't? The apostrophe is between the N and the T. Or do we, it stays the same. Option 2, the apostrophe is after the E, or it's between the E and the N. Which one is correct? And if we were to choose the correct answer, we would say option 1. Because remember, that is a contraction, it is haven't. If we were to break up that word, it is have not. And remember, we said that we replace the O in not with an apostrophe, and then we put that words together. Haven't. So well done. All right, so this is now the end of our lesson on usage error. We said everybody makes mistakes, right? But what's important is that you acknowledge your mistakes and you go back and you see how you have made your mistakes, right? And I am so proud that you guys know the differences when it comes to A and N, how to use contractions. So well done for that, right? So we had to correct errors with signs, and we call that usage errors. All right, so this is the end of our lessons, grade 3 to 5. And I really hope you're going to have a good evening further. So till next time, goodbye.